Descent of Inanna. Sumeria, circa 3500 to 2000 BCE. From the great above, she opened her ear to the great below. From the great above, the goddess opened her ear to the great below. From the great above, Inanna opened her ear to the great below. My lady abandoned heaven and earth and descended to the underworld. Inanna abandoned heaven and earth and descended to the underworld. In Uruk, she abandoned her temple to descend to the underworld. In Batabira, she abandoned her temple to descend to the underworld. In Zabalam, she abandoned her temple to descend to the underworld. In Adab, she abandoned her temple to descend to the underworld. In Nippur, she abandoned her temple to descend to the underworld. In Kish, she abandoned her temple to descend to the underworld. In Akkad, she abandoned her temple to descend to the underworld. She gathered together the 7 divine powers, the Me. She took them in her hands. With the Me in her possession, she prepared herself. She placed the Shugura, the crown of the steppe, on her head. She arranged the dark locks of her hair across her forehead. She tied the small lapis beads around her neck, let the double strands of beads fall to her breast, and wrapped the royal robe around her body. She daubed her eyes with ointment called Let Him Come, Let Him Come, bound the breastplate called Come, Man, Come around her chest, slipped the gold ring over her wrist, and took the lapis measuring rod and line in her hand. Inanna set out for the underworld. Ninshubur, her faithful servant, went with her. Inanna spoke to her, saying, Ninshubur, my constant support, my Sukal who gives me wise advice, my warrior who fights by my side, I am descending to the Kur, to the underworld. If I do not return, set up a lament for me by the ruins. Beat the drum for me in the assembly places. Circle the houses of the gods. Tear at your eyes, at your mouth, at your thighs. Dress yourself in a single garment like a beggar. Go to Nippur, to the temple of Enlil. When you enter his holy shrine, cry out, O Father Enlil, do not let your daughter be put to death in the underworld. Do not let your bright silver be covered with dust in the underworld. Do not let your precious lapis be broken into stone for the stoneworker. Do not let your fragrant boxwood be cut into wood for the woodworker. Do not let the holy priestess of heaven be put to death in the underworld. If Enlil will not help you, go to to the temple of Nanna. Weep before Father Nanna. If Nanna will not help you, go to Eridu, to the temple of Enki. Weep before Father Enki. Father Enki, the god of wisdom, who knows the food of life. He knows the water of life. He knows the secret of life. Surely he will not let me die. Inanna continued on her way to the underworld. Then she stopped and said, Go now, Ninshubur. Do not forget the words I have commanded you. When Inanna arrived at the outer gates of the underworld, she knocked loudly. She cried out in a fierce voice, Open the door, gatekeeper. Open the door, Neti. I alone would enter. Neti, the chief gatekeeper of the Kur, asked, Who are you? She answered, I am Inanna, Queen of Heaven, on my way to the east. Neti said, If you are truly Inanna, Queen of Heaven, on your way to the east, why has your heart led you to the road from which no travelers return? Inanna answered, Because of my older sister, Ereshkigal. Her husband, Gugalana, the bull of heaven, has died. I have come to witness the funeral rites. Let the beer of his funeral rites be poured into the cup. Let it be done. Neti spoke, Stay here, Inanna. I will speak to my queen. I will give her your message. Neti, the chief gatekeeper of the Kur, entered the palace of Ereshkigal, the queen of the underworld, and said, My queen, a maid as tall as heaven, as wide as the earth, as strong as the foundations of the city wall, waits outside the palace gates. She has gathered together the 7 Me. She has taken them in her hands. With the Me in her possession, she has prepared herself. On her head she wears the Shugara, the crown of the steppe. Across her forehead, her dark locks of hair are carefully arranged. Around her neck, she wears the small lapis beads. At her breast, she wears the double strand of beads. Her body is wrapped in the royal robe. Her eyes are daubed with the ointment, Let him come, let him come. Around her chest, she wears the breastplate called Come, Man, Come. On her wrist, she wears the gold ring. In her hand, she carries the lapis measuring rod in line. When Ereshkigal heard this, she slapped her thigh and bit her lip. She took the matter into her heart and dwelt on it. Then she spoke, Come, Neti, my chief gatekeeper of the Kur, heed my words. Bolt the 7 gates of the underworld, then, one by one, open each gate a crack. Let Inanna enter. As she enters, remove her royal garments. Let the holy priestess of heaven enter bowed low. Neti heeded the words of his queen. He bolted the 7 gates of the underworld. Then he opened the outer gate and said to the maid, Come, Inanna, enter. When she entered the first gate, from her head, the shugara, the crown of the step, was removed. Inanna asked, What is this? She was told, Quiet, Inanna. The ways of the underworld are perfect. They may not be questioned. When she entered the second gate, from her neck the small lapis beads were removed. Inanna asked, What is this? She was told, Quiet, Inanna. The ways of the underworld are perfect. They may not be questioned. When she entered the third gate, from her breast the double strand of beads was removed. Inanna asked, What is this? She was told, Quiet, Inanna. The ways of the underworld are perfect. They may not be questioned. When she entered the fourth gate, from her chest the breastplate called, Let him come, was removed. Inanna asked, What is this? She was told, Quiet, Inanna. The ways of the underworld are perfect. They may not be questioned. When she entered the fifth gate, from her wrist the gold ring was removed. Inanna asked, What is this? She was told, Quiet, Inanna. The ways of the underworld are perfect. They may not be questioned. When she entered the sixth gate, from her hand the lapis measuring rod and line were removed. Inanna asked, What is this? She was told, Quiet, Inanna. The ways of the underworld are perfect. They may not be questioned. When she entered the seventh gate, from her body the royal robe was removed. Inanna asked, What is this? She was told, Quiet, Inanna. The ways of the underworld are perfect. They may not be questioned. Naked and bowed low, Inanna entered the throne room. Ereshkigal rose from her throne. Inanna stared towards the throne. The Anuna, the judges of the underworld, surrounded her. They passed judgment against her. Then Ereshkigal fastened on Inanna the eye of death. She spoke against her the word of wrath. She uttered against her the cry of guilt. She struck her. Inanna was turned into a corpse, a piece of rotting meat, and was hung from a hook on the wall. When, after 3 days and 3 nights, Inanna had not returned, Ninshubur set up a lament for her by the ruins. She beat the drum for her in the assembled places. She circled the houses of the gods. She tore at her eyes, she tore at her mouth, she tore at her thighs. She dressed herself in a single garment like a beggar. Alone, she went out for Nippur in the temple of Enlil. When she entered the holy shrine, she cried out, O Father Enlil, do not let your daughter be put to death in the underworld. Do not let your bright silver be covered with dust in the underworld. Do not let your precious lapis be broken into stone for the stoneworker. Do not let your fragrant boxwood be cut into wood for the woodworker. Do not let the holy priestess of heaven be put to death in the underworld. Father Enlil answered angrily, My daughter craved the great above. Inanna craved the great below. She who receives the me of the underworld does not return. She who goes to the dark city stays there. Father Enlil would not help. Ninshubur went to in the temple of Nana. When she entered the holy shrine, she cried out, O Father Nana, do not let your daughter be put to death in the underworld. Do not let your bright silver be covered with the dust of the underworld. Do not let your precious lapis be broken into stone for the stoneworker. Do not let your fragrant boxwood be cut into wood for the woodworker. Do not let the holy priestess of heaven be put to death in the underworld. Father Nana answered angrily, My daughter craved the great above. Inanna craved the great below. She who receives the me of the underworld does not return. She who goes to the dark city stays there. Father Nana would not help. Ninshubur went to Eridu in the temple of Enki. When she entered the holy shrine, she cried out, O Father Enki, do not let your daughter be put to death in the underworld. Do not let your bright silver be covered with the dust of the underworld. Do not let your precious lapis be broken into stone for the stoneworker. Do not let your fragrant boxwood be cut into wood for the woodworker. Do not let the holy priestess of heaven be put to death in the underworld. Father Enki said, What has happened? What has my daughter done? Inanna, queen of all the lands, holy priestess of heaven, what has happened? I am troubled, I am grieved. From under his fingernail, Father Enki brought forth dirt. He fashioned the dirt into a Kurgara, a creature neither male nor female. From under the fingernail of his other hand he brought forth dirt. He fashioned the dirt into a Galatur, a creature neither male nor female. He gave the food of life to the Kurgara. He gave the water of life to the Galatur, saying, "Go to the underworld, enter the doors like flies." Ereshkigal, the queen of the underworld, is moaning with the cries of a woman about to give birth. No linen is spread on her body, her breasts are uncovered. Her hair swirls about her head like leeks. When she cries, "Oh, oh, my insides," cry also, "Oh, oh, your insides." When she cries, "Oh, oh, my outsides," cry also, "Oh, oh, our outsides." The queen will be pleased. She will offer you a gift. Ask her only for the corpse that hangs from the hook on the wall. One of you will sprinkle the food of life on it, the other will sprinkle the water of life. Inanna will arise. The Kurgara and Galatur heeded Enki's words. They set out for the underworld. Like flies, they slipped through the cracks of the gates. They entered the throne room of the queen of the underworld. No linen was spread on her body. Her breasts were uncovered. Her hair swirled around her head like leeks. Ereshkigal was moaning, "Oh, oh, my inside." They moaned, "Oh, oh, your inside." She moaned, "Oh, oh, my outside." They moaned, "Oh, oh, our outside." She groaned, "Oh, oh, my belly." They groaned, "Oh, oh, your belly." She groaned, "Oh, oh, my back." They groaned, "Oh, oh, your back." She sighed, "Ah, ah, my heart." They sighed, "Ah, ah, your heart." She sighed, "Ah, ah, my liver." They sighed, "Ah, ah, your liver." Ereshkigal stopped. She looked at them. She asked, "Who are you, moaning, groaning, sighing with me? If you are gods, I will bless you. If you are mortals, I will give you a gift. I will give you the water gift, the river in its fullness." The Kurgara and Galatur answered, "We do not wish it." Ereshkigal said, "I will give you the grain gift, the fields and harvest." The Kurgara and Galatur said, "We do not wish it." Ereshkigal said, "Speak then, what do you wish?" They answered, "We wish only for the corpse that hangs from the hook on the wall." Ereshkigal said, "The corpse belongs to Inanna." They said, "Whether it belongs to our queen, whether it belongs to our king, that is what we wish." The corpse was given to them. The Kurgara sprinkled the food of life on the corpse. The Galatur sprinkled the water of life on the corpse. Inanna rose. Inanna was about to ascend from the underworld when the Anuna, the judges of the underworld, seized her. They said, "No one ascends from the underworld unmarked. If Inanna wishes to return from the underworld, she must provide someone in her place." As Inanna ascended from the underworld, the Gala, the demons of the underworld, clung to her side. The Gala were demons, who know no food, who know no drink, who eat no offerings, who drink no libations, who accept no gifts. They enjoy no lovemaking, they have no sweet children to kiss. They tear wife from the husband's arms, they tear child from the father's knee, they steal the bride from her marriage home. The demons clung to Inanna. The small Gala who accompanied Inanna were like reeds the size of low picket fences. The large Gala who accompanied Inanna were like reeds the size of large picket fences. The one who walked in front of Inanna was not a minister, yet he carried a scepter. The one who walked behind her was not a warrior, yet he carried a mace. Ninshubur, dressed in a soiled sackcloth, waited outside the palace gates. When she saw Inanna surrounded by the Gala, she threw herself in the dust at Inanna's feet. The Gala said, "Walk on, Inanna, we shall take Ninshubur in your place." Inanna cried, "No! Ninshubur is my constant support. She is my Sukal, who gives me wise advice. She is my warrior who fights by my side. She did not forget my words. She set up a lament for me by the ruins. She beat the drum for me at the assembly places. She circled the houses of the gods. She tore at her eyes, at her mouth, at her thighs. She dressed herself in a single garment like a beggar. Alone she set out for Nippur in the temple of Enlil. She went to in the temple of Nana. She went to Eridu in the temple of Enki. Because of her, my life was saved. I will never give Ninshubur to you." The Gala said, "Walk on, Inanna, we will accompany you to Uma." In Uma, at the holy shrine, Shara, the son of Inanna, was dressed in a soiled sackcloth. When he saw Inanna surrounded by the Gala, he threw himself in the dust at her feet. The Gala said, "Walk on to your city, Inanna. We will take Shara in your place." Inanna cried, "No, not Shara. He is my son who sings hymns to me. He is my son who cuts my nails and smooths my hair. I will never give Shara to you." The Gala said, "Walk on, Inanna. We will accompany you to Badtibara." In Badtibara, at the holy shrine, Lulal, the son of Inanna, was dressed in a soiled sackcloth. When he saw Inanna surrounded by the Gala, he threw himself in the dust at her feet. The Gala said, "Walk on, Inanna. We will take Lulal in your place." Inanna cried, "No, not Lulal. He is my son. He is a leader among men. He is my right arm. He is my left arm. I will never give Lulal to you." The Gala said, "Walk on to your city, Inanna. We will go with you to the big apple tree in Uruk." In Uruk, by the big apple tree, Dumuzi, the husband of Inanna, was dressed in his shining me garments. He sat on his magnificent throne. He did not move. The Gala seized him by the thighs. They poured milk out of his 7 churns. They broke the reed pipe which the shepherd was playing. Inanna fastened on Dumuzi the eye of death. She spoke against him the word of wrath. She uttered against him the cry of guilt. "Take him away. Take Dumuzi away." The Gala, who know no food, who know no drink, who eat no offerings, who drink no libations, who accept no gifts, seized Dumuzi. They made him stand up. They made him sit down. They beat the husband of Inanna. They gashed him with axes. Dumuzi let out a wail. He raised his hands to the heaven to Utu, the god of justice, and beseeched him, "O Utu, you are my brother-in-law. I am the husband of your sister. I brought cream to your mother's house. I brought milk to Ningal's house. I am the one who carried food to the holy shrine. I am the one who brought the wedding gifts to Uruk. I am the one who danced on the holy knees, the knees of Inanna. Utu, you who are a just god, a merciful god, change my hands into the hands of a snake. Change my feet into the feet of a snake. Let me escape from my demons. Do not let them hold me." The merciful Utu accepted Dumuzi's tears. He changed the hand of Dumuzi into snake hands. He changed the feet of Dumuzi into snake feet. Dumuzi escaped from his demons. They could not hold him. Then a fly, one of those messengers created by Enki, appeared. The holy fly circled the air above Inanna's head and spoke. "If I tell you where Dumuzi is, what will you give me?" Inanna said, "If you tell me, I will let you frequent the beer houses and taverns. I will let you dwell among the talk of the wise ones. I will let you dwell among the songs of the minstrels." The fly spoke. "Lift your eyes to the edges of the steppe. Lift your eyes to the Areli. There you will find Geshtinanna's brother. There you will find the shepherd Dumuzi." Inanna and Geshtinanna went to the edges of the steppe. They found Dumuzi weeping. Inanna took Dumuzi by the hand and said, "You will go to the Underworld half the year. Your sister, since she has asked, will go the other half. On the day you are called, that day you will be taken. On the day Geshtinanna is called, that day you will be set free." Inanna placed Dumuzi in the hands of the Eternal. "Holy Ereshkigal, great is your renown. Holy Ereshkigal, I sing your praises."